So I don't know if you guys have realized just yet, but I'm not exactly the biggest streamer in the universe. In fact, if I average 10 viewers on a stream, then I'm having an amazing day. And so I'm going to be telling you guys a story today of how everything just got flipped on its head. Like, this was the craziest experience that's happened to me in a while. But before I tell you that, we're getting closer to, what, 80 subscribers? 80 subscribers on the YouTube? Well, that's pretty crazy. Thank you everyone so much. But if you haven't already, then, well, what are you doing? I'm gonna go off on a whim and assume that there's some dodgy people in my Bedwars game? Okay. Anyway, today I'm gonna be telling you the story about how I got recognized by, quite a large Twitch streamer. This guy was known by a lot of people. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you the story about how I am extremely poor. I actually didn't have a second monitor for a large part of my streaming career. So I couldn't read the chat except on my laptop, which means that it took a lot of time to set up stream. But when I finally got a second monitor, I felt a lot more motivated, which is when I started actually streaming. At this point, I only had one monitor. So, I was playing, Rocket League at the reasonable time of about 12 o'clock at night. And, I was just sitting there chilling. And because I only had one monitor and I was blaring Monster Cat music, I couldn't actually hear any of the things that were going on in the background. And little did I know was that as soon as for some reason, and I can't quite remember why, I decided at that moment I wanted to stop playing Rocket League. Maybe it's because I rage quit, maybe it's because I just wanted to stop. And I logged onto Twitter just to see what was going on because I was bored. I really have to stop. I just have to stop. And I logged onto Twitter and I was like, what the flip? Because I saw in my notification panel that there were 25 notifications. 25 notifications. And me being a really small streamer, I was really confused. I thought that I had been botted. I thought that something was really wrong. I was like, what's going on here? And it all had just been one tweet. And earlier that day, I had tried to stream Tommy and its new Anarchy server. It was this one tweet and the likes were just piling up. They were going up and up and up. And I was, what the heck was going on here? This is the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. So I read through the replies. At that point, I was shaking. I was shaking a lot. I was really nervous because I had so many Twitter notifications. So I read through them. And I found out, actually, there was another streamer called Robbo who had liked my tweet because he was the very first person to like the tweet. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to assume what this is there's another streamer called Robbo. And what he's done is he's gone and found my Twitter and he shouted it out on stream, which I thought, okay, well, this is pretty cool. So I did some hunting and I found that the very first like was a guy called Robbo Funny. So I, understandably got very excited. So I popped onto his Twitch stream to see if I can find exactly where he found my Twitter, and I found it. I found it pretty soon, and I realized, okay, well, this guy said a lot of interesting things, like, did he say he wanted to be my friend? And I was excited, because this guy was big. Like, I'm talking really big. Like, I was scrolling through his socials. He's followed by a lot of big people. Here is where my first mistake comes in. And during this entire story time, you will learn I make 3 key mistakes, okay? And this was the very first mistake that I made. And this is when I DM'd him on Twitter. Now, originally, this would not be that bad of a thing to do, because what was I supposed to do? I got really excited that this guy just called me out, and we were gonna be friends, and it's gonna be awesome. I freaked out a little bit more, because I realized he was followed on Twitter by Tommy Innit, Tubbo, all the big streamers, and he'd actually done a video on his channel with the purpled Mr. Bedwars himself. In the moment, I did a little bit carried away, and I may have accidentally spammed his Twitter a lot. And then joined his Discord server, spammed him there as well, and then spammed one of his mods, and then yeah, I think that was definitely not the right thing to do in this sort of situation. But anyway, that aside, I've just been recognized by a large streamer. What else was I supposed to do? I was, I was going mentally wonky, and I waited for a reply. I think it was about 2 days. 2 days it took, and I never got a reply from this guy. At this point, I was very present on his Discord server. I think at this point, I had rewatched the clip of him finding my Twitter multiple times. He had gone on about how he wanted to be my friend, so I got so excited. And I started talking with some of the people in his Discord, and they were really, really nice people. Again, during these 2 days, I felt so, and I won't even say, I felt sick. I felt physically ill of how nervous / excited I was. It was obvious, it was crazy. The fact that, I'd just been shouted out by this guy who's nearly partnered on Twitch. This guy done so many cool videos, and I was over here just sitting here like, what was I supposed to do? I think I ended up watching the clip of him pointing out that on his stream about, I would like to say 20 or 30 times now. This is where I made my second mistake. Because I was just so all over the place with this crazy experience that has just happened. I got too nervous and I freaked out too much and I overthought everything. I thought he was never gonna respond. I thought this was it. So I made the stream. I don't know if you guys remember the stream I did a while ago. The stream I did was plotting against 𝙎𝙤𝙂𝙂𝙀. Now this was my third mistake. This was the third mistake and the last mistake I made. And if I'm gonna be honest, this is the mistake that probably just is the reason why I can't actually do videos with this guy. Is because I plotted against him. And so later that day, I got a DM on Discord. I was like, whoa, what the heck is this? So I checked my Discord and I realized someone had messaged me on my Discord asking me why I had left the Robo Discord. I was really confused at that point. Like, I was properly confused. I was wondering, why on earth I've just been kicked. I've been kicked from Robo's Discord. So I got a bunch of messages from one of his followers who was still in the Discord. And apparently the other guy Robo, had made an announcement in his Discord. And at that point, I was freaking out. Uh-oh, I've just been kicked from his Discord. I suddenly realized everything that I'd done in a moment. It washed over me like I'd just been splashed in the rain. I've just spammed this guy's Twitter. I've just spammed this guy's mods. I've just spammed this guy everywhere. And as soon as I got this one tweet, the tweet from Robo's alt, and it was exactly this. And I'll show it on screen now. You're a bit weird, little bro. And at that point, I had realized. Now, normally being called weird is something that I'm pretty used to. But in this circumstance, it was not good. Because what I had done was, I had just ruined my opportunities. Because at that point, I know what I could have done. If I was calmer, and I was more cool, calm and collected, I could maybe have actually done some content with this guy. Maybe we could have been friends. Maybe. And I had gotten I got so hyper and I got so excited about what's happening. I made a mistake. I made the stream, obviously, saying I was plotting against him. And he made the announcement on his Discord saying that he didn't want to be part of it. He didn't want to be part of the rivalry. And I think the biggest mistake with that whole enemy stream was I didn't actually have his permission. And that's gonna sound so bad because it is. It is really bad. I did not have this guy's permission at all to create a comical rivalry. Now, me, in my head, knew that it was gonna be a comical rivalry, but how was this guy supposed to know it was gonna be a comical rivalry? I planned it out literally the same day because I wanted something to do with this guy. I wanted to get attention because I was annoyed because he unfollowed me on Twitter. And I now know why, obviously, he unfollowed me on Twitter, because it's an understandable reason. I was being a real idiot. So why wouldn't he unfollow me? Of course he unfollowed me. But here's a lesson learned, chat. From this, even though this wasn't the greatest or even the longest Storytime YouTube video you've ever seen in your entire life, I think this shows a valuable lesson. If one of the people that you ever look up to, and it doesn't matter if that's a streamer, it doesn't matter if that could be a celebrity or whoever it may be, if that ever happens where someone that you look up to notices you, don't freak out and spam them on every single one of their socials and spam all their mods and then proceed to spam them and then get them a little bit annoyed at you because then you look weird.